My name is Drew Bernard. I go to A-Leaf Early College High School. I'm a graduating senior and I'm going to UT Austin next year. I grew up in a small apartment area called Crystal Cay. It was in Laguna Beach, California. I live with my mom and my twin brother. My mom was so lively. She always loved cooking for us, showing us things. We would, go out in the neighborhood and she would show us around. We would go sometimes hiking, and she just really wanted us to have a typical, childhood experience with our mom. And she had to compensate a little bit because she was a single mom. She worked multiple jobs trying to support us. The area was pretty expensive itself, and she was also dealing with some pretty serious medical issues at the time as well. She did everything she could to make sure that these issues did not affect me and my brother because she cared about us so much. I noticed that she went out a lot of errands, and I now know that there was several doctor's appointments, and she was receiving a lot of scans to see how far the cancer had spread, and she did everything she could to make sure that we were sheltered from the horrors that kind of come with being diagnosed with cancer. After she had passed away, we didn't have any immediate family to take care of us. We had close family friends that we were able to stay with until we were admitted to an adoption agency. Right after that, we stayed with that family for about six months until they could find us a more permanent solution for us. They were gracious enough to take us back in for as long as they could until we could find another family. After that, we stayed with another potential adopting family. We stayed with them for about 3 years, and reaching towards the end of my stay there, it was revealed to me that they were much opposite what I originally thought. Due to emotional pressures and issues that I was depressed. I had severe anxiety issues. Physiological problems that I had were, for example, nocturnal aneurysms. This problem, it's a bedwetting problem basically, and I couldn't control it. It was out of my control, and she treated it like it was a problem that I could actually control. And for about 2 years on end, she would ridicule me, she would degrade me, and she would blame it on me. She would say, "Why can't you just get over your mom?" and everything. She would just emotionally abuse me. She would physically abuse me, push me against the wall, and take her anger out. And towards the end, she took all my belongings away and she pretty much locked me in my room for 3 months. I couldn't eat it with the family. I had to eat in my room. I had to go straight to my room after school. I didn't want to live anymore sometimes with how badly they had treated me, but I was able to continue, and those doubts that I had in my mind, they were pushed aside by reminding myself that my mom would want me to continue no matter what adversity that I faced. And making her proud has brushed all those doubts across, because that's all I want to do.
Any kid that had been through what he'd been through, a lot of people, probably me, would have just given up.
I was only able to stay positive and to excel in my schoolwork and really not let all these bad situations adversely affect me, because of the mentality that my mom had instilled in me, that my education could take me anywhere.
And I just thank you guys for giving him the opportunity, because he just lit up when he found out. He came crying to my office and told me. So I really appreciate, because he is a child that has beat the odds without a doubt.
What I've wanted to be when I grow up has been very dynamic in nature. At first I wanted to be a mechanical engineer. My sophomore and junior year, that was my goal, was to become a mechanical engineer. And up until senior year, I was like, well, I do love math and science, and I do love biology, and I guess that was a turning point that made me decide to major in biomedical engineering. And I eventually want to do medical research and help develop the field in the cure for cancer. If you're 10 miles into the marathon, you know, you look back and you're not going to want to quit because you're already that far, you know. And, you know, throughout life, my education has been that 26.2 miles that I want to achieve. And I may only be halfway there, I may only be a quarter of the way there, but I've already overcome so much. Why stop now?